Hello, everyone. Good evening in Asia, Australia. Good afternoon or good midday in Europe. Good morning if everybody's attending from America. Welcome to this week's Zen and Zazen class. Actually, Chris reminded me that next week I'm going to be in Antaiji, so next week I can't hold this Zen and Zazen class. But the week after that, in November, we will continue with the Fukan Zazengi. Today I will talk about Sawaki Kodo's sayings, but before that, as always, let's sit together for 30 minutes.
下周老师要请一次假，所以下周我们上呼吸法。因为老师要去安泰寺参加接新，然后我们前面还是30分钟坐禅，然后今天读泽木老师的那本书。
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Today I want to talk about Sawaki Kodo Roshi's saying in the book version. I think we stopped on page 25. I will read the last quote on that page. Illusion means not having any direction in life. Meine Muho actually means no direction. But also in Zen, that character for no or nothing can mean everything. So open in all directions is another meaning. I'm not quite sure if Sawaki Roshi is talking about me here or all of us. Having no clear direction in life, not knowing why you were born. Nobody of us knows why we were born. Some people think that they know where we go after we die, but most of us, we have no clear idea about that either. And then we don't even really know what to do with that time in between. 50, 60, 70, 80 years in this world, and we don't even really know what we're doing here. We are playing games. We try to be better than the others, and most of the time we forget the fact that the game is gonna be over sooner or later, and all these points that we collected are good for nothing. And it's not the same good for nothing that Sawaki Roshi says that Zazen is good for nothing. When Sawaki Roshi says Zazen is good for nothing, he means Zazen gets you out of the game. Zazen liberates you from the game. It's not about collecting points. But most of our lives, that's exactly what we do. We collect points because we think that's good for something. But that's what actually is good for nothing. So Sawaki Roshi starts saying illusion means not having any direction in life. And I think that's what he means, playing games that are useless games. And he continues. Since those lacking direction gather in groups, so people that have no direction are looking for friends that are also having no direction. It's natural that there are gangs who beat each other up. At the time of Sawaki Roshi, Japan was also pretty safe, but they had Yakuza, and then they had these kind of, not really Yakuza, but like motorcycle gangs and stuff like that. And sometimes was in the news that one gang has a fight with the other gang. But I think Sawaki Roshi is not only talking about these gangs, but one company wants to make more profits than the other, or what you see on the SNS all the time. These so-called cultural wars in America and in other parts of the world. We are the right ones, you are wrong. And then the other ones, no, we are the ones that got the red pill and you are just blue pills. That's the same thing. People that have no direction gather in groups and try to beat each other up. It also isn't any wonder when wars break out for no reason at all. And those can be actual wars like in Ukraine or in Israel right now, or the so-called cultural wars are also wars that originate in this. We don't really know what we're doing, but let's get some friends and fight the others who even know less what they are doing. But maybe first up to here, Xuan, if you like, would be nice if you can translate.
好，我们老师刚才读了，我大概其跟大家翻译一下啊，就是幻觉或者是幻想，指的是我们在生命或生活当中没有任何目标就是因为我们是一些没有目标的人，缺乏目标的人在一起，就好像是一个帮派，就好像是自然当中 就好像是帮派在互相就好像就是在打架，在互相争斗的帮派一样。然后我们总是怀疑，就是这些战争是没有原因的，就大家开始怀疑这个战争的时候是没有原因，根本就没有什么原因。老师其实刚才举了几个例子，就是泽木老师那个年代就是好像日本的电视上面也经常就是日本的电视也经常报道，就是大家都知道日本的一些帮派们互相的就是互相厮杀，然后其实也是没有什么原因，没有什么具体的目标，然后我们大家都有这个，就是幻想和大家对生活都有这个错觉，然后老师其实刚才大概其实解释了一下哈，也没有特别，我们再听一会儿后面怎么说的。
Okay, let's continue with the next one. First one on page 26. Humans are beings who make an intelligent face while groping around in the dark. So that's a short one, but I think he's kind of trying to hit the same mark here. We always pretend we know what we're doing, while in reality we grope in the dark. And if we grope in the dark and we are aware of that fact, it would be nice. But today we're not groping in the dark. We are all over the internet trying to persuade the others. They are wrong. They are the ones that are deluded, blind. Groping in the dark today means you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram telling the whole world how bright you are. While in fact, well, you're blind. You're blind. Okay, maybe that one is not so difficult, so I'll stop here.
那后面这一句话就是我们现在的人好像就是在黑暗当中摸索来表现出就是你很有天赋和天才的一面。我们现在人都好像是在黑暗当中摸索的时候，其实是为了表现给大家表现出来你好像很有天赋，很有天才，很有智慧的一面，就大概是这个意思啊。老师刚才说，其实我们虽然现在没有在黑暗当中摸索，但是好像我们都假装知道自己在干嘛。你知道自己在干嘛，其实你不知道自己在干嘛，你是为了表现出来你好像知道自己在干嘛，其实你不知道，是为了表现出来你比别人优秀。我们现在虽然没有在黑暗当中摸索，但是像我们在网上那些哈，你是不是在说我在网上的那些，好像就是在展示你比别人好像更加优秀一样。
Okay, shall we do one more, or do you already have questions, things that you would like to ask or share?
大家有问题吗？然后有问题可以分享，没有的话我们可能再读一个。
If there are no questions at this point, I'll do one more. The next one, when you get used to this strange world of impermanence, and world of impermanence probably in Japanese here is ukiyo, which maybe you know from the word ukiyo-e, which is the name of these prints that became popular in Japan about 300 years ago during the Tokugawa time. They also had a strong influence on modern Western art. Ukiyo literally means world of impermanence, but basically means this mundane world of ours. When you get used to this strange world of ours, it seems completely normal to you. Of course it's normal because that's all you know since the age of 3, 4, 5, when we all start to play this game, me and the others. Yesterday, today, tomorrow. Today is just another day out of the 365 days of the year. Another day out of probably 30,000 days in my life. When you start to play this game, you forget about the whole rest that came before the game started, so it's normal to you. Although, in fact, it's obvious that survival in this impermanent world is more difficult than Zazen. It seems to you to be the other way around, as if Zazen were harder than life. I usually say Zazen means to take a break from the game. And what could be easier than that? Just take a break from the game. You don't even have to get Satori. You don't have to be better at Zazen than the others. Just take a break from that game of comparing yourself to others, comparing yourself to yourself, how you were yesterday, 1 year ago. But we are so used to the game that taking a break from the game seems to be the most difficult thing. How can I sit for half an hour without doing anything? I have so many things to do. It's so boring. And I'm not supposed to move. I can't imagine people do that for an hour, and sometimes during session 15 hours, 5 days in a row. It's so difficult. But then people work from Monday morning to Friday night playing a stupid game all year around, and they think that's easy. How can Zazen be difficult? Even Antaiji, 1,800 hours of Zazen per year. It's easy. It's easy. You don't have to do anything. Much easier than having a normal salaried person's job, I would say. But most people think about it differently. And in a way, of course, for somebody like me, that's good, because everybody feels, oh, Muho, he's great. He made this big effort. Muho, we respect you. There's really nothing much to respect about what I did. I just was too lazy to play the game, like most people. So at least in my point of view, I agree with Sawaki Roshi. I took the easier road. Just not doing anything. Well, of course, as I always say, I also try to play the game. I try to play it in a playful way that allows me and also the other people around me to enjoy it more. So it's not that I literally don't do anything, and I don't think that would be fair. But still, Zazen for me is the easiest thing you can probably do, because you don't have to do anything. Okay, so much from my side for today, and after Xuan's translation, if you have questions, please ask.
老师就往后读了一小段，我大概起翻译一下，就是当我们已经习惯了这个特别奇怪的短暂的世界以后呢，好像这些都变得完全对你来说完全的是一件很正常的一件事情一样，就是它是接上文呢。虽然事实上，其实我们这个短暂的世界呢，很显然，就是要比坐禅难得多得多。因为但是好像我们，就是似乎你总是觉得好像坐禅比现实生活中更难，就是我们总是好像觉得是另外一面儿，我们总是好像围绕另外的一个方面在受迷惑，应该是这个意思啊。就是我们现在这个短暂的社会，这个世界好像很难，但是应该是比坐禅难的，但是我们觉得坐禅比它还要难。然后就是刚刚老师说，老师每次提到坐禅的时候呢，总是觉得其实坐禅就是让我们在这个游戏当中休息一下。那但是我们从周一到周五每天都已经习惯了就是这些游戏之后呢，好像让你停下来会觉得更难。好像下周那个安泰寺就要接新了嘛，就是这15天的戒心，然后15个小时，一天15个小时的坐禅不停，然后连续5天，好像 特别难，就是当你什么都不做的时候特别难。安胎寺每年要1800个小时坐禅，什么都不做。对于那个吴芳老师来说，好像对于他来说是一个偷懒的方法，就是你什么都不用做，坐在那儿就行了。也不是完全什么都不用做，比如有人问他问题啊，像我们这些，然后有人找他有一些工作，但是其实来说你什么也不用做，作为一个和尚来说，但是他受到别人的尊敬，就是因为我什么都不用干，反而受到了别人的尊敬。就是这个社会好像更难，但是我们不觉得你在玩的游戏很难，反而觉得停下来更难。就是刚才那个泽木老师这一段大概的意思哈，大家有问题可以提。
Thank you. Do you have questions? Anything that you would like to share? Please feel welcome. In English is okay, of course, but you can also ask in Chinese and Xuan will translate. No questions today? Well, officially the class is until 8:50 or 9, so we don't have to do it until 9. Most of the time we're here together until 9 o'clock, but if you have nothing, that's okay as well. We can finish a little bit earlier. And I think next week would be pranayama then. And in 2 weeks, I would talk about the Fukan Zazengi again, Dogen's text about Zazen.
大家有问题吗？今天没有问题，你看我们没有问题反而觉得很难哈。今天没有人提问，No question is more difficult 。
No, it's no problem. No problem. No
然
problem.
后下周我们是呼吸法的课啊。
Because I mean, asking questions can also turn into a game. Like, I want to ask a clever question. Some people are afraid to ask a question because they don't want to sound stupid. Other people, they don't really have a question, but I want to ask a question anyway, so that I seem to be very clever. So, if there's no question, very good. We don't have to play that game each time, every time. Unless you have a question, of course. Unless you really have a question that you want to ask.
We were waiting for a question, I think.
I had a question not about what you read, but about these classes or these sessions or whatever we call them going forward.
Yes.
I don't know how many more weeks it'll take to get through to you or the Fukan Zazengi.
Yes.
But I remember a while ago there was some talk about perhaps the next text we could do would be going through the Heart Sutra in a similar way, sort of line by line.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to add, I'd really be up for that if you're already thinking about what's the next text or book we could do like this. So
yeah. Heart Sutra would be a good idea. I mean, to you will take us forever. I mean, we're on page 25 and it's, how many pages are there? More than 200. So that's gonna take us another couple of years.
27 probably or something.
Fukan Zazengi, we are half through now. So once we are finished with that, we could do the Hanya Shinyo, the Heart Sutra. Okay, thank you for that idea. So, yeah, if you have no other questions, nothing else that you want to share this week, I won't be here next week. I will be in Antaiji, won't be able to connect to the Zoom room, but in 2 weeks I'm gonna be back. And next week, if you like, join Xuan for pranayama. Have a good 2 weeks. Thank you for coming today and have a good night or good day wherever you are. Thank you.
For you too.
Thank you.